Today is National Donor Sabbath. It's a time set aside to honor those whose lives have been touched by organ and tissue donation, and to remember those who have given the gift of life. I'm honored to share the personal story of my family's donation experience. Before I do that, I would like to point out something all of us have in common. We all have or had a mom, a mother. Some of us are mothers, and it is my belief that the love in a mother's heart cannot be measured. I am the mother of two sons. When they were 9 and 5 years old respectively, I became a single parent. I know that that circumstance changed and in fact strengthened the bonds of our love. It was the three of us, our little family. My sons have given me many reasons to be proud and happy. They are my greatest source of strength. And one morning in July of 2007, I needed that strength because I got the phone call no mother wants to receive. My older son Henry, then barely 21 years old, had been hit by a car. He was riding his bicycle in Gainesville, where he was a student in his senior year at UF. That morning, as you can imagine, was filled with shock, numbness, and anguish. I was asked how quickly I could get there and encouraged to come right away. The trip to Gainesville was interminable and peppered with calls from doctors and staff with requests and reports. The trip to Gainesville seemed forever, but when we arrived at Shands, we were whisked away to a private room where we were briefed. After many tests and procedures over the next several hours, it was determined that Henry's body would no longer function for him. In fact, he would not recover from his injuries to live the life that he had planned. But Henry had planned for a situation such as this. At this point, we informed the hospital that Henry had a living will, and his wish was to be an organ donor. His decision made my decision, my course of action, filled with peace. And we were, we'll have to, that'll be an edit.
Okay.
The process of coordinating the donation was handled by the transplant team at LifeQuest, and we felt support, respect, and compassion from them. My darling son was such a blessing to those who knew him, and his gifts of life are now blessing many more who never knew him. Henry's life gave purpose and meaning to mine. His gifts of life gave a second chance to others. Now we have to edit. Acts of justice, love, and compassion define what it means to be a Christian. And we as a community of believers know the teachings of Christ say love your neighbor as yourself. Giving is the best way to be blessed. The decision to become an organ donor is a personal one that must be shared with those you love to ensure that they understand your wishes. Receiving an organ donation is the most precious gift of life, not only for the recipient, but for all those who love and know them. The ripple effect of a life saved is powerful and unknown. For those of us whose family member gave that gift, the experience is a way to mitigate our grief. I will always love and ferociously miss Henry. I dig constantly for meaning in the sorrow of this life. But with God's help, sorrow is galvanizing me, not defining me. I find some solace in knowing that good has come from our loss, through renewed health, hope, and the promise of life for others. We have to edit now. Okay. Some of you may know a person.
Start that some of you over while you're sitting back.
Okay. Some of you may know a person who has received an organ donation or transplant. Many of you know someone who is waiting for their own life-giving miracle. The need is great. Right now, there are over 116,000 people in the United States awaiting their own life-changing transplant. One organ donor can save up to 8 lives and enhance the lives of 50 others through tissue donation. Your miracle of grace can become a miracle of life for another. How wonderful to be remembered for the life you lived and for the life you gave. From this mother's heart, thank you.